Hey everyone, welcome to GrowingCraft. This side Sonia. I hope you all are doing good. So today we are going to do an image transfer. Now before we start this video, please do make sure that you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you guys do not miss out our updates. So for this we'll be needing a photo print. You can choose any of your favorites. A glass jar. I'm using an old one and I'm going to recycle this. So once you have the clean glass jar, make sure you have a gesso. We'll be using this towards the end of the video, so stay tuned till then. And then of course we'll be needing our decoupage glue. If you don't have that, you can use your Mod Podge and a varnish. Now I will be using here two different paint brushes. One is a round and a flat one. The choices are yours. You can pick any of your favorite paint brushes. It's absolutely fine. Sponge dauber. It's a must-have if you're doing a decoupage or an image transfer or photo transfer on your glass jars or any of the surfaces. Now here I will be using my chalk paints, and you can do different color blending technique with these different shades and they look fab. Now of course I will be using some of the transfer images. All the supplies links are there on our website. And yes, now to start with, here is a beautiful print which I have taken. I picked up this particular design and I'm going to cut this one. Now for the image transfer or photo transfer, usually I take a print on a regular 8090 GSM plain print paper. I just print them at home. It's super easy. You can even do your image transfer with a newspaper or your masking tape, your sellotape. They look absolutely gorgeous. You can use different surfaces. You can even use your decoupage papers for your photo transfer. They look amazing. I've done a lot of tutorial on photo transfer. You can check that out on my YouTube channel. Now here is a glass jar. I have already cleaned it really well, but on the lid I did not remove the paper backing because it tends to leave the glue marks, and just to avoid that, here what I decided was that I'm going to use my gesso. So here I'm just going to use the gesso to cover it up completely, because at the end you will see that how beautifully we use the color blending here. And when I say color blending, it is not always like mixing two different or five different colors. It's just playing around with your chalk paints or any of the paints whichever you want to do. Now here I'm just doing a one good coat of gesso, and you have to make sure that it dries out really well. So it's a very important step that if you have a darker surface which you want to cover up, use gesso for that. So once this is done, I'm going to let it dry. And now it's time to play around with my image. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my Mod Podge or my decoupage glue on the top of it. Now this particular jar which I have has a medium which is used for your decoupage glue also and as a varnish also. If you have them separate, you can use them accordingly. So just applying a lot of decoupage glue on the top of it. You have to make sure that you have applied it generously. Now sticking it on my glass jar. Now here is a very important thing to remember. Your glass jar has to be really clean. There should not be any dust, and make sure that you do not create any bubbles. So here the best part is what you can do is you can keep on pressing your print out decoupage paper or the napkin. You can use your paint brushes to make sure that there are no bubbles and wrinkles. You can even use your sponge dauber. And that's the reason I absolutely love sponge dauber, because whenever I feel that I'm still having some bubbles or wrinkles in my decoupage or my image transfer, I use my sponge daubers and they are just fab. Now I'm going to let it dry for 48 hours, and after 2 days this is how it looks like. My gesso has dried out, my image has dried out, and it's time to use our clean tap water. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wet my image, and I'm going to make sure that I don't overdo that so that it comes out. Just wet your surface, the image, and then very gently you have to start rubbing it. You have to be really patient. It's such a therapeutic step to do this. I absolutely love doing this. Very slowly, gently, we are going to remove the top layer of our paper. Once this is done, we are just going to clean up our tabletop and we are going to make sure that we move on to the next step, which is a very important step. Now, the moment you are done with your image transfer technique, what you need to do is seal it up. Before using any medium, be it any medium, your chalk paints, your transfer images or anything, you have to varnish it. So here I'm just doing 1 coat of varnish. If you need, you can do your 2 coats of varnish. It's absolutely fine. Once you're done with your varnish work, let it dry completely and then only move on to the next step. Varnish has dried out and it's time to do a lot of color blending here. Initially, I thought I'll be using 2-3 different shades of color, but then eventually I realized one of the color has dried out. So I thought, let me just play around this one. And I think that was a really good decision of mine, because with the image transfer, the transfer sheets what I have used, this is looking just so fab. You will see the final results at the end. So please stay tuned till end. Now here what I'm going to do is I'm just dabbing my chalk paint, and it has left out its oil, so I'm not going to do anything with my chalk paint. I'm just literally dabbing this. If you don't have a chalk paint, you can use your acrylic paints. Just make sure that you let them dry completely so that then you move on to your next layer of work.
À 2 doigts de nos lèvres, 2 doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau de fer, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à 2 doigts de nos lèvres, 2 doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau de fer, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer.
Letting it dry completely, and here I'm going to play around with my transfer sheets. So yeah, it was mixed with my fussy sheets, but I'm going to pick up some of the beautiful floral designs and use it. So transfer sheets are super easy to use. They're available on our website. Do check that. Now here you need to just peel it off, stick it wherever you want to use it, press it really well, dab it with some water, and they are so good to go. Check out my YouTube channel to see all the beautiful transfer image tutorials.
À 2 doigts de nos lèvres, 2 doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau de fer, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. Le bonheur est passé à 2 doigts de nos lèvres, 2 doigts si fins que j'ai presque pu le goûter, le bonheur à sculpter de son ciseau de fer, des souvenirs impossibles à effacer. J'ai presque pu le goûter.
So my image transfer work is almost so done and it looks so good, it looks so pretty, and now it's time to seal everything up. Now for this here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a good 2 to 3 coats of varnish. You have to make sure that you apply it generously. Let each layer dry out completely and then only move on to the next layering. This will help to let your jar stay for a very longer time. The design stays intact and it looks absolutely amazing. We are going to repeat this process on the complete jar, and even on the lid where we had done the chalk paint work, or if you are done with your acrylic work, let it dry and then do the varnish work. This is a very important step. Once this is done, let it set for at least 48 hours or like 4 to 5 days, and then your jars are so good to go to use it as a decoration candle or your home decor or your decorative piece. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please do let me know your feedbacks in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care and bye bye.